Well, the special session wrapping up over the weekend at the state capitol with no agreements on a lot of the big ticket items. Now, the story has hundreds of you talking online, so we're breaking down where both parties lie and what's next for the state in this morning's Digital Dive. Now, state lawmakers, they couldn't come together to make deals on police reform, how to spend federal money to help with COVID-19 relief, or a bonding bill. Governor Walz said he was disappointed about what kind of message failing to come to an agreement on policing sends to all of the people protesting after the death of George Floyd.
All those families and all those people across Minnesota and across the country that expected this one was going to be different.
Yeah, he wasn't pleased with the outcome. The governor also said Senate Republicans didn't respond to a House counteroffer on police accountability, and there were still major disagreements between the DFL-controlled House and Republican-controlled Senate over what police reforms should include and what they should even look like. Now, in a tweet, Senate Majority Leader Paul Gazelka accused the governor of behind-the-scenes arm twisting. Gazelka said they were not walking away from the table, but resetting it to move forward. He added that he believes there will be another special session, but not until all the parties can agree. Now, the governor says he's still considering how to move forward and whether he will call lawmakers back to the Capitol for another special session. Gia?
Yeah, certainly some people out there wondering, they really wanted something to happen, and they're certainly upset that nothing happened in terms of police reform. Alicia, thanks.